Welcome to Wisdom Education Services. This video is copyright. So now in this video, we're going to solve an academic IELTS writing task 1. So you must have gone through a video 1 on academic IELTS writing task 1, in which we must have told you that how to write your paragraphs and how many paragraphs you must write and what should you include in each paragraph. So I'm going to give a short description at the beginning. There must be minimum of 3 paragraphs. In the first paragraph, you're going to write the introduction of the graph. In the second paragraph, you're going to write the data which is provided you in the graph. And the third paragraph, you're going to write your conclusion. What do you conclude from the graph? And remember, do not write your opinions or your reasons or your logic into the graph. So now our first thing should be to study the graph before we start writing, so that we can structure our writing task. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the question to you and make sure that you understand the graph. So in this, the following bar graph chart represents the number of people who visited a certain country from different parts of the world on the month of October 2000 and 2001. So we have to describe the chart in our own words and not less than 150 words. So now what we have is we have this graph and we have number of people visiting on the left hand side. So these are the number of people visiting, and these are all the visitors from different countries. So these are the people who visited from USA, and these are the people who visited from Europe, and these are the people who visited from the other areas, and these are all the visitors, means the total number of visitors. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the paragraph 1, which includes the introduction of the paragraph. So let's just write the introduction of the graph. So now what we have to do is, first of all, we have to tell what is the graph telling. So this graph is telling how many visitors visited a certain country in the month of October in the year 2000 and 2001. So first of all, we must know what kind of graph is this. So this is a bar graph. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the first line, that is bar graph visitors who visited a certain country in the month of October in 2000 and 2001. So now we must tell them what is the information provided, what happened exactly in 2000 and 2001, and how the information is segregated. So the information is segregated. Segregated means how is the information distributed on the basis of countries. So what I'm going to do is I have to write all the categories in which the information has been segregated. So that is Europe, Europeans, Americans, and others. So these are the 3 types of visitors who are there, and we have to compare these visitors. Now I've written my introduction, so the introduction should not be more than 50 words. So it should be around somewhere between 25 to 50 words. So what I'm going to do is now I have to start a new paragraph. So now remember, you should start your new paragraphs always with a new line, with a line leaving in between, so that it looks fair. So what I have to do is, in my second paragraph, I have to write my what is given in the passage. So in this passage, a first thing should come to your mind is how I'm going to represent the passage in writing. So this passage is divided into two parts. First part is October 2000 and second part is October 2001. That is how I'm going to compare them. So first I should be writing about October 2000 and then I should be writing about October 2001. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write about October 2000. So in October 2000, more than 300,000 visitors were Americans. So how did I know that there were more than 300,000 visitors who were Americans? So that can be easily calculated. If you see, this is the color of October 2000. So if I just draw a line straight away, so I can clearly see that there were more than 300,000 people who visited, who were Americans, the visitors who were Americans. So I have to write about now Europeans as well. So less than 150,000 visitors were from Europe, and the remaining 150,000 visitors were, just correct that, visitors were from other areas. So now I have written my my information about October 2000. So now I have to write my information about October 2001. So there are two ways I can do that. Either I can just carry on with the same paragraph, or I can start a new paragraph, so that in the first paragraph I'm telling about October 2000 and in the second paragraph I'm telling about October 2001. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the same paragraph only. So however, now this however, it's the link between both the points, that what happened in October 2000 and what happened in October 2001. So it's a link between the 2 points. So however, in October 2001, American visitors were less than 300,000 in numbers, while European visitors were less than 120,000 in number. So even visitors from other areas were less than 120,000 in number. So I have told everything about what happened in 2001. I've just written down what happened in Europe, what happened in USA, and what happened in other areas. So now it's my time, now it's my turn to give you the conclusion. So what should be my conclusion? So I have to compare the numbers between 2000 and 2001. So it's clearly I can see that in every field the tourists in 2000 were more than the tourists in 2001. Now there can be any reason behind it. There can be any specific reason behind it. So we are not supposed to tell them the reason, because it's not given in the graph. So we're not supposed to write our opinion. So the important thing is we should start with the new paragraph. We're starting the conclusion. So we have to write about the conclusion. So observing the two-dimensional, now this is a two-dimensional graph, leads to the conclusions that more visitors visited the particular country in October 2000 than in October 2001. Now don't forget to write the October, because then it would be a wrong information, because the data is showing about showing the comparison between 2 months, that is October 2000 and October 2001. But if we write just 2000, we forget to write October, then it's going to be deduction in marks. So also, among all different areas, American visitors outnumbered visitors from other countries in 2000 and 2001. So this is again another conclusion which I can draw from this, because each year the visitors from America are always greater than the visitors from the other countries, right? So this gives us this is the end of this question here. So I hope everyone understood how to write the writing task 1. So see you in the next question, and till then, thank you very much.